I previously had a similar interview with the person who's you are competing with in this contest, and that is Mbali Ntuli, who's a member of the provincial legislature in KZN. And she's frankly of the view that you represent the so-called old guard, the establishment of the party, and that if she wins, what she can do is to actually open up the space for the DA in other markets. What are your views on her statements of you as a contender, as well as how do you think you could also grow party structures?
Well, let me just make it very clear up front. I'm not running against anybody for this position. I'm running for a set of ideas and a manifesto. The other candidates are entitled to their opinions. I think to paint me as someone of the old guard is frankly ridiculous. I serve on exactly the same bodies that Ms. Ntuli did. Has long been a member of the Federal Council, the highest decision-making body of the leadership of the party. So to try and paint yourself as someone who's suddenly come out from the wings and from a different era, I think is quite absurd. But what we have to do is to be able to offer voters hope for the future. And that's how you win over new votes. You win them over by showing people a compelling alternative to the life that they're living at the moment. And I think that's how you win over win over people, by driving issues that matter to them. I think far too often the DA is internally focused and inwardly focused and not speaking enough about the issues that matter to ordinary people. So you could leave wherever you are and find the first 10 people and ask them what liberalism means, what GDP is, etc. You'll probably get a number of different answers. People know a lot about the potholes in their street. They know a lot about the fact that they've got living in a home with no water or electricity, that their child's in a class with 85 other children, with a teacher more interested in getting to the SATU meeting than sharing knowledge with them, and having to eat dinner under a dining room table because of gangsters' bullets. Those are the issues that matter to South Africans. And I think the sooner the DA can focus externally on those issues and show South Africans that we are determined not to shine a light to show how deep the hole is, but to show South Africans the way out of that hole, I believe that we're going to win over a lot more supporters who may not have voted for us in the past.
The DA is being painted as a party where there are now cliques who are making decisions, and this is not less than said by the person you just referred to, Ms. Mbali Ntuli. She's saying that the leadership of the DA in the past and present, and I believe you've been in the past of the DA leadership in the past, and you are a current leader of the DA, is that you don't have tolerance for dissenting voices. In fact, you shut them down and make it uncomfortable.
It may well have been how Ms. Ntuli ran the DA youth and why her leadership of the DA youth ended in the way that it did. It's not how I've ever run caucuses. I've been able to lead the party at the Durban City Council, in the KwaZulu-Natal legislature, and I lead a team in the National Assembly. I've never shut down dissenting voices within the party. I encourage debate, but that debate has to take place in the right forums, within caucuses, within federal council rooms, within the federal executive rooms. That's where you get your points. And I frankly think people out there are sick and tired of seeing a party that is spending more time fighting each other than fighting for themselves. And so I've been very clear. I'm not going to indulge in slanging matches in public arenas and on public forums, but that wherever I've had the opportunity to lead teams, nobody's ever complained to me that they've felt stifled or unable to say what they needed to say. And if that was the case, why on earth is Ms. Ntuli able to say the things that she has been saying on public platforms if we were stifling dissenting voices? She's a candidate for the leadership of the party. She can say whatever she likes. I happen to have a different approach about where you raise these issues and how they're done.